Okay. Listen to what we have here. So God's message continued to spread. Listen to what follows. The number of the believers greatly increased in Jerusalem. And listen, many of the Jewish priests were converted too. A person who had been trained from his infancy and became a well-known minister of God in the Solomonic temple in Jerusalem, where people were coming from all over the world, to pray and to offer sacrifice. When you go there, you will see these priests, and they were highly honored in the society, and they were the leading religious leaders then. And right now, Peter and John, who were not formally trained, who were not of the Levitical family, were preaching the gospel, and the priests didn't care about their position, about their influence, about the people who were looking at them. They stood over there, listened to Peter. And when Peter finished preaching, this priest removed their priestly garments and said, "We will follow you, Peter and John and all the apostles. From now onwards, we will join your congregation." So when you go to church, you will see priests sitting in the congregation, and their pastor was Peter, was John. It takes only humility to lead you to God, to the gospel. Can you come down to this level to listen to the gospel? Do you have to tell you something? Some pastors, they are church members, they are Sunday school teachers, some of their leaders, their elders, have to preach the gospel to these pastors. And if these pastors were humble enough, because they are not born again, they have to surrender to this message preached by their church members. And when they listen to, they have to just come to the level and begin their spiritual journey from new convert class. And they have to be taught the basics of Christianity so that they will grow from there. But because of their position, they can't do that. They can't. There are church founders who were not born again, who will go to hell. There are prophets around, priests around, pastors, teachers, evangelists, apostles around, bishops, archbishops, cardinals. They need to surrender to the gospel, bow to the gospel, bow to Christ, surrender to Christ, and believe, and attend new convert class to be raised from there and begin their spiritual journey. And because of pride, they are pastoring wrong churches, and they will remain there because of pride till they go to hell. The gospel of humility. If you are not humble enough you won't hear the gospel. You won't get it. You will ignore it. I really respect, these priests. And when Peter and John and the other apostles were preaching, the number of believers increased greatly in Jerusalem, and many of the Jewish priests were converted too.
Emmanuel Boachi, the head pastor of Source Pasture Church,
enabled by the Holy Spirit to reveal Jesus Christ, proclaiming the gospel, searching the scriptures, pursuing godliness, and investing into missions.
Emmanuel Boachi, affectionately called Pastor's Pastor, is a conference speaker, international media resource person on biblical Christianity, and country director for IAM CCBC.
That is International Also Ministerial Council of Churches and Bible Colleges, Ghana Chaplaincy.
The motive of this podcast is congregational, devotional, and evangelistic.
We don't compromise the Bible. We don't compromise Christ. We don't compromise the gospel. We don't compromise salvation. Who is Jesus Christ to you? Those of us who have experienced the gospel, we preach it boldly everywhere. If you believe it, your name will be written in the book of life.
Stay tuned for today's sermon.
His lovely face, I rest on his unchanging. On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand.